And here we go. So it looks like we've got Poochie using the cursor icon, which is going to disturb me and wonder why my mouse is over the screen. And we've got Myria running with the Princess Zelda skin. And an early map check looks to point out we have a green pendant in Eastern Palace tonight. And it looks like the 3 and 4 crystal in Tower of Hera and Desert. Seriously, that is 3 times I've looked over at Poochie's screen, and I'm like, why is my mouse there? Hey, we have the Cane of Samaria to start us off with tonight. And a bomb capacity upgrade. What Poochie is doing here is quite smart, because he's already got the magic refills. He at least was fighting, hoping to find a bomb drop at this point. It's really awesome to see the community and what they've built from a sprite perspective. We have over 100 custom sprites in this game at this point, and every release we see a huge birth of more coming out. So it's absolutely fantastic to see things like the arrow cursor, or Princess Zelda, or Samus and Zero Suit Samus. It is, but it's part of the customization that has come with this mod. And the hammer! Well, there goes any sort of magic strats for our competitors tonight. And we see both racers quickly switch over to that hammer. Ooh, and an 8 bomb drop on Myria's side. And the mirror. What is our chase item going to be tonight? Because we've got a couple of the really big ones out of the way already. So at this point, I'd expect to see Poochie probably stop a little bit to kill enemies on his way out of escape, hoping to find a bomb drop, purely so he can not have to come back here at a later point to check the last 3 chests. The mirror having a very quick escape, as Myria has remembered that once you have Zelda, you can mirror out and enter the castle at the beginning. Also, it's fun to watch Zelda escort Zelda. Mirror in escape usually means a really fast escape, at least in that first part. But a lot of people don't see mirror in escape, so it's not like you remember that. And Myria going for that final boss and gets her key. Is going to make her way out to get the back chests. Let's see what the last 3 chests besides Sanctuary give us tonight. The map, a big heart, and 20 rupees. And there was much rejoicing. Yay. Poochie finding his 8 bomb drop, so he is now good. And a bottle. Well, Kakariko should be a bit cleaner to go through now. So at this point, it looks like Myria is heading up to do probably a lumberjack check and a tree pull, which is useful for knowledge, and knowledge is absolutely power in this. G.I. Joe. No check on the hoarder, though. And it looks like just a quarter of a heart on the ledge there. It's going to be important for racers, if they are going to set up a death warp tonight, that they remember they have that fairy in the bottle to start, because that can always scuttle your plans. Oh, and just little magics from the hoarder tonight. Quarter of a heart in the mushroom vanilla location. And another 20 rubies. And Poochie deciding to go against grabbing that piece of heart. At this point, it's not absolutely critical. You usually find enough hearts anyways, so unless you're absolutely starving, I see a lot of racers skipping things like that. A little bit of money farming, and apologies for quickly stepping away there. Let's see what we've got in the bottom here. Got a quarter of a heart, a full heart, 10 bombs, capacity, and more bombs. Nothing to write home about, but not bad. And the power gloves in the back. And the fire rod. Nice. Another chase item to be found. And I've been joined by Weighty Words to help co-commentate this evening. Welcome, Weighty.
Hello, hello.
So, a quick catch-up. We started with Hammer and Samaria in Escape, found the hammer, the mirror, and now have the fire rod.
I'm just looking at puchiedarcy's sprite and I don't even know what's going on. I'm sorry.
I'm worried my mouse is on the screen every single time I look on that side of the screen and going, why is it there?
No, that's an amazing sprite though. Oh man.
And yes, the bottle vendor. Oh, and Titan Mitts. We are now one step away from Dark World access tonight. Seed trying to kill Aga very quickly.
Yeah, it's really rare that the Moon Pearl is kind of like either on Aga on the pyramid or like has something blocked behind the pyramid. So I doubt we'll be seeing Aga anytime soon.
I think it's as much as dead at this point. Also, the bottle vendor giving 300 rupees was beautiful. The first non-bad financial lesson in this race tonight. Let's see if Zora also pays off.
We see Myria going for the blind race game. A lot of people kind of are split on this decision, but if this ends up kind of being an item that you wouldn't like have to get, but it's nice to have, it ends up paying off, like an armor upgrade or something like that. But it ends up not paying off this time because it was just $20.
I find it's such a minimal time investment. It's worth it unless you are desperate on bomb ammo at the time. That's the only reason I could see as a good justification to not do it that way.
Very true.
So we're going to make our way to South Shore, see what's in the dam, what's been drowned, and then go into Mini Moldorm Cave. Thank goodness we have both the Fire Rod and the Cane of Samaria to quickly deal with those Mini Moldorms.
And with that mirror, they can use the block glitch to make this only one trip.
Yep, and Poochie forgetting he has the mirror for the second time tonight. Also, they have hammer, so they do have quite easy Dark World access from Link's house at this point too. So once they get that Moon Pearl, but nothing absolutely worthwhile in the dam, just a quarter of a heart.
Yeah, also with these items, I wonder if any one of our runners are, if they're comfortable with the Dark Room, they can also sequence break up Death Mountain and clear a lot of it, actually.
Very true. I think they might wait a little bit. There's some other quick checks that they're going to do, like Mini Moldorm here and probably Ice Rod Cave. Ooh, and the flippers. And there's our Moon Pearl. I'm wondering if we're going to see Myria run back and just do the Hype Cave check right off the bat instead of going up to Ice Rod Cave. I think we are.
Yeah, I think so much has opened up to them that just checking Ice Rod Cave for one item just doesn't seem worth it at the moment.
Especially if Flute is in the play, and or Misery is required and they find it soon. Ice Rod is a quick check after that. So it's not a bad idea. I see Poochie going to probably do a hobo check, island check, and then go from there. Just the triplet of bombs on the island, so we won't come back for that.
And it looks like Myria is doing the sequence break of Death Mountain.
I think with the fact that they can go all the way through, back down, get your Spiral Cave, and your Super Bunny Cave, it's a nice density at this point.
Yeah, including, both Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain, Tower of Hera. I can definitely see this being a strong play.
And the Ice Rod from the Hobo, which means there's another chase item down. Is it going to be the bow tonight? Chat was speculating it might be Boots and Torch locked Ganon's Tower.
Ooh, that's never a fun thing to see. I don't know. I've had it once, and I don't know if I want to wish it upon our runners.
There was a race, I think in week 2 or week 3, that had someone go from go mode to no mode looking for those boots. And it looks like Turtle Rock and Pod are our last pendants. So those rods not as necessary anymore.
I feel like I see this way too much. Once you get the rods, the Cane of Samaria early, they actually can go, if they minus the medallion, they have like full access to it.
They do. We'll get looks like a, stupid Moblin. So we've got our 2 red crystals in Thieves Town and Swamp, and we just need the hookshot for Swamp at this point. And a fetch quest.
That was a pretty hype cave.
Fetch quest might pay off, but also Myria getting stopped by the squishy ball. That was exactly the seed cyclone. They needed to pop out and find the boots. It was not pleasant.
So unless the next chest that Myriachan checks is a big key, it looks like she'll be making that trip to the basement. So they're putting that fire rod to good use.
Yep, and a little bit of a quick break for... Oh, and the lantern! Which means Flute is in logical play before getting here. Because you'd need that to come up to Death Mountain.
Yep, so we know that the flute is not behind any dark rooms.
Exactly, so we might see Poochie find it quite quickly. Maybe even here. Oh.
You know, one thing I just noticed is that Pod is the other pendant. So maybe Chat's prediction of the bow being kind of trolly is might be true, just because now that Eastern and Pod are both pendants, bow can actually be in GT.
We have, I think, 13 chests in pendant dungeons tonight. That is a large number. Because we have 5, I think, in Turtle Rock and in Eastern, or Pod, and then 3 in Eastern. So that's a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something in at least one of the pendant dungeons. It's really rare that you get to kind of avoid every single pendant dungeon in a seed.
I see chat complaining about Hammer Trolldorm, but I find Hammer Trolldorm actually quite nice. It's not terrible.
I actually prefer not using the hammer on Trolldorm, just because if I hold out my sword, I can kind of get that thing where if I bump against the edge while I'm holding it. Yeah, that's what I like about it.
We're going to get a quick check on the blacksmith, seeing as it's quickly accessible. And probably a peg cave check, even without the boots. So we found one of the 2 items in Hera right now. Myriachan looking for her second, hoping it's in the big chest. Not that you really want that, but... And there's the bug net. Go Swagnet. So we know there's nothing on Trolldorm other than a crystal.
Yeah, one thing Poochie could do is actually
fake
since
powder?
He has exactly, he has the cane, he has the mushroom, he could fake
I think he's
powder.
gonna fake powder. Just a little bit of, or a lot of love from the blacksmiths. And one more swing from Myria. Beautiful.
Very nice hammer Trolldorm. And we are getting the fake powder from puchiedarcy.
Nice. And just an arrow capacity upgrade.
It's always cool to use it if you have the chance, because you don't always have those 2 items at the same time.
And it being so conveniently routed for you.
Exactly.
This is really exciting, having 2 racers do substantially divergent paths.
Yeah, I think having just such early Dark World access as well as the myths, the whole world is kind of opened up to them. So it's really cool to see what paths kind of lead to what items.
I see what Myria is doing. Gonna do a Turtle Rock check for Pendant, and then go get Super Bunny Cave, and then warp back. And do Spiral up through Paradox. Pretty good route.
Yeah, having the mirror for this side just makes it so much easier to do all in one go.
And Titan Mitts.
Of course.
There's Bombos. And our sword in the chest game. Slashy, slashy.
Looks like Pucci's going straight to the Thieves' Town.
It's 4 chests, and it's completable with the items we have. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't.
Yeah, just gotta be a little bit careful because all these monsters can do so much damage, especially when you're pretty low on hearts.
But we do have blue mail, which helps.
And the fairy bottle.
Exactly. So we're in a good position. I don't see either racer really having trouble with blind with this many hearts.
Did the mouse just turn into the Microsoft paperclip?
It
oh
did.
My god, that's hilarious.
Ooh, and red mail. I'm kind of disappointed that the cursor doesn't change color.
Yeah, you could. I guess you could kind of have it be like a cursor and then a pointer and then something else. I don't know. I haven't been really keeping track of all the animations of it.
I want to see its dash sprite with the sword.
And so Myria is coming up on the last 5 chests of Death Mountain that she can access. So other than the lamp, if there's nothing here, there wasn't too much stuff up here actually.
Couple of heart pieces. Bomb capacity, and 50 rupees. Alas, nothing spectacular out of Death Mountain. And I think Myria is going to make the move into Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, but it looks like she's going to go start from the top side and work their way down towards the south. So, well, it's kind of 2 different ways.
With how lackluster Hype Cave was, and K45 being a great find. Please note the sarcasm in that statement. I think this is the better move.
Yeah, no sword yet, so I don't know if dipping into Skull Woods is a good idea. But the sword was in chess game, I believe, so not too far away.
I think Skullwoods isn't bad because you don't need the sword for any of these few early chest checks. There's 4 chests you can get without the sword, so... And it's what we're getting. Still Divergence. I love this.
It does mean that if she doesn't find the sword here, she will have to come back later when she finds the sword, just to cut that curtain at the back, but it's not a big deal because it's really easy to get back to the back of Skullwoods because it's right next to the Dark World portal too.
Exactly. It's a fast trip, so I think this is a smart check. It's 2 items, and hopefully you find them early and you don't need that last check. There's a key, which means the hammer is needed for that last chest. And it looks like Myria is going to go have fun in the party room. Gibdos and hands and spikes, oh my.
We just found Quake, which means we can actually get into Turtle Rock and full clear it now.
Oh, is this implying something important is going to be on Laser Bridge?
I mean, Laser Bridge has been pretty famous for that,
especially in this kind of a setup. And a nice bomb jump from Myria there.
Alright, Pucci coming up on his blind fight. Let's see how he does.
Nice start.
Yeah, with red mail, it's better to get hit by blind itself instead of the fireballs because it'll do half a heart as opposed to 1 heart. Ooh, and clutches it with half a heart left.
Woo.
Very nice.
And there's everyone's favorite map. I love that the hammer conducts electricity from those jellyfish.
Yeah, it's a wooden hammer. I guess you wouldn't think that, or is it?
And I think we're going to see Poochie head up and actually clear Skullwoods.
And we do have Myriad going to the back of Skullwoods to check the one chest under the bridge. Won't be able to go towards Mothula, but this check could pay off.
I'm wondering if she's forgotten that she needs a sword to get back there.
That would be quite unfortunate, but it does look like she's going for that chest, so maybe.
And setting this up for a go mode dungeon, as it were. I'm curious what the bunny beam does to Zelda. I have not actually played as a Zelda sprite, so...
Oh, it does look like she is going to the back. Won't be able to cut the capes in the back,
yep.
Or the curtains, I guess.
The vines in this case.
Oh yeah, this is not Aga 2 or Aga 1.
So, while we've got a little bit of a duplication here, let's make sure, let's give these runners a follow. Thanks to Speed Gaming 1 through 6 for hosting our games throughout this tournament, as well as the link to the past randomizer channels. Thank you to the comms, the trackers, the restreamers, everyone who's making this happen. It is a giant tournament, and it is absolutely spectacular that we've got this many people making this happen. So let's give them all the respect and support they deserve for helping with this. Myria getting grabbed and making a third attempt. Oh, this is not fun. I feel for Myria at this point. And Poochie checking Bumper Cave for 20 rupees.
Unfortunately, as you're falling down a hole, your sprite is still active and not falling, so the hand can grab you, which is kind of stupid, but yeah, it is what it is. And we see Poochie also sequence breaking up Death Mountain. Can't blame him. There's a ton of chests you can check up there with the items that they have.
Yeah, it's a smart, and now that he has the sword, it's really easy to navigate. I was impressed with Myria going without the sword to navigate that dark room. Clearing out these Gibdos to quickly just fire everything.
Now the interesting thing is, Poochie will have Quake and a sword, so it will be possible for him to dive into Turtle Rock when he gets over there. We'll see if he actually does that or not.
And having red mail, that's not a bad idea. There's a lot to check. And Myria realizing, nope, I will not be able to get through the back there. I am out. Not saving and quitting is an interesting choice. You get to that curtain and go, ah, damn.
Yeah, I've definitely done that before.
And it looks like Poochie's gonna go get his lantern. Which, I expect both racers to be going now. Where is the flute?
Yeah, I'm just looking over the dungeons that we have, and like they can get into pretty much every dungeon except Mire and Desert at this point.
And with the fact that Flute is in such an early access space, Mire should be relatively accessible, at least once we find the medallion need. So Myria not going to find much out of Thieves Town other than a crystal and red mail.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a seed this open in such a long time. They literally have the world is their oyster at this point.
And they're now stymied because all of these easy checks do not have anything. So it's starting to get a bit more barren in the sense that there are not a lot of items to pick from now. Myria did clear Tower of Hera. Oh, Bunny Beam turns Zelda into a bunny.
The bunny with the dress, though. Yeah, so the dungeons that they can full clear don't really seem all that inviting, because it's like Pendant Turtle Rock. They can go into Ice Palace and clear it, but with the fighter sword, it's not the best. They could try to fight Mothula. I don't think any of these options are like super appealing to any of our runners.
No. And they can do a large portion of Swamp, although who wants to clear left side, really?
Yeah, hookshotless Swamp is something I always avoid as much as I can in my races. It takes definitely, especially without boots, because it just feels so slow.
Myria getting all the bombs on her clears of these grasshoppers. I'd like to see the racers do a walk up to Catfish and check Pyramid at the same time.
Ooh, and Poochie takes a fall.
I see chat's calling for the other 3 sword upgrades all in Ganon's tower.
It's definitely possible. I wouldn't count out the game to do that.
Not, so at chat, no, Zora has not been checked any of that region. But we can go check it all now. And it's not a bad idea. Go up, check Catfish, and then mirror over. I think it's a really good time to route it all together.
Second time's the charm. Poochie gets it no problem at all. And now...
Finger.
Hey! Just click on the crystal to get it. It's easy.
Poochie's gonna make his way, probably check Turtle Rock, do the same route that Myria did. I'm just wondering if he dips into Turtle Rock. I don't know if he will. I think he'll avoid that if at all possible chances.
Yeah, there's so many other places that they still have left to check, so I definitely see people not dipping into there.
I do think something important is going to be on Laser Bridge, like Hookshot or the bow, maybe.
Pendant Turtle Rock always calling your name. Now Myria is coming up on her blind fight. Let's see, going for Kane strats. Very nice.
Has she not checked all the other chests in Village of Outcasts, so she has no sword?
Oh, I guess not. I didn't realize
that. Might be what it is. Not that this is a bad way of doing this. And her dodge skills are on point tonight.
One thing that she does have to look out for is
Not blind.
yeah, not blind. Gets through it no problem at all. Very, very nice fight. You don't see Kane blind every day.
Nope, and that's a pleasant point of this run so far. Yes, chat making a really good point. Because we do not need hookshot for Eastern, Pod, or Turtle Rock, it can be on the pedestal. And actually, so can Flute. Oh no, Lantern is up on Death Mountain, so Flute cannot be.
Yeah, so I guess our pedestal hype is just the hookshot at the moment, and possibly the boots.
Or Myra Medallion.
Also true. Pucci getting disappointed by Paradox Cave will be going back up to the dark side of Dark Death Mountain. We'll have to see what he does. I'm very curious. With that sword, Myria is going back to Mothula. Now can cut the vines at the back. We'll be able to fight. I think we got... Did we get both items here? I don't remember. I knew there was one under the bridge.
I think there's only one we've found so far.
Alright, so this play makes a ton of sense.
Chat saying Moon Pearl falling on pedestal in other seeds. I think you need all 3 pendant dungeons have to be in the light world to get that even as a possibility. It's a smaller pool to happen.
Yeah, I believe the pedestal can actually be any item. There's no item that can't be on the pedestal, technically.
No, it's just how crystals lay out that will help minimize that. I think what I'd like to see is something like the hookshot or the bow actually being stuck in the big chest in Ganon's tower.
That's always a fun one to check.
Myria waiting for that hand Wallmaster to come down, and Pucci going to get his ice rod. Or no, he's got it already.
Yeah, he's going to check Waterfall Ferry and the Zora area, because I think he just stopped at Hobo, right?
Yes. I'm surprised he didn't go route catfishing with this. It would be a nice check just because you don't have to come back for that one chest later. Kana Burna.
We're seeing a blind fight. Fighter Sword, or not blind, sorry, Mothula. Mothula is really annoying just because if you hit him into the spikes, it does no damage to him at all. So, especially with Fighter Sword, you're trying to get more hits in, but Myriad takes it down, no problem at all. Very nice fight.
And one of our 300 rupees. With the flippers, you don't have to go through any of the annoying pieces here and just can walk along the top. And what economic lesson are we going to learn from Zora tonight?
Oh my god.
That is a nice find.
So you're talking about the pedestal. We can actually clear all 3 pendant dungeons for the pedestal now.
I'm wondering if they go... Well, now that Pucci's got the lantern, I wouldn't be surprised to see a full clear of Eastern, especially since it is a green pendant, 3 chests. It's a good option at this point. And also checking Sahasrahla, so 6 chests at this point.
Yeah, and they could also route in pod as well. There's a lot of items in pod, but they are both pendants, so it's a little bit kind of not ideal. But at this point, like, I don't know where the progression is going to be.
And another 300 and a couple of not so wonderful items. Looks like Miri is going to check Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, with Mitts you can take that little shortcut, but don't have to take the long way around through the graveyard.
Yeah, I think the only reason to do Eastern is because it is a green pendant, and you can turn it in immediately.
That's true, but we also have to remember that the Armos Knights are lamp locked, so the flute can't actually be on the green pendant.
That is true. But it could be in any of these other chests in Eastern.
Very true.
Ooh, Pucci skipping that first chest.
Oh, I wonder if he just forgot, or because I've definitely seen runners forget about that cannonball chest. It's just kind of a weird, awkward location to check, and you're kind of autopiloting through these dungeons, and sometimes it's just easy to slip your mind.
I think he's gambling it doesn't have the item he's looking, or an item in it, and it's a lot of circuitous walking that he doesn't have to do if he finds out it has like the map or the compass. If it's a big key, that's going to be the most unfortunate find.
Thankfully, he does have the mirror. Can mirror back to the beginning and go. So it's not the biggest time loss ever, but we'll have to see if this pays off.
He has to do the entire loop through this dungeon again, and that's a lot.
That's true.
Myria doing her blacksmith check.
Yeah, and the way that she's routed, she can actually check the purple chest. I don't think Pucci actually got around to doing the purple chest.
Nope. But I think he went and got every... Oh, he's checking that first chest now. Oh, he's bailing. Okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if he realized something or I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think he may have realized it's a pendant dungeon and said, "What am I doing here?" I'm just wondering where he's going now. Dark World and probably the Graveyard Ledge check?
Yeah, makes sense. I think he'll route in maybe the Skullwoods Crystal and Graveyard Ledge all at the same time. And with those flippers, he can actually go over to Catfish Pyramid.
I'm surprised Miria's not grabbing the chest if she's going to go along this path through the Grove. Oh, she's got to do the digging game.
Yeah, unfortunately, the digging game does not like purple chests following you for some odd reason.
Yeah, I think she's going to come back and grab the purple chest. It's an efficient routing at this point.
Ooh, and Pucci getting grabbed. Thankfully, it's not too big of a deal because the entrance is just right there, so it's a little more of an annoyance more than anything. And we do see Miria going back towards the purple chest. We'll get to see what's inside that, but we do know that the south loop doesn't really have much, so we'll have to keep an eye out on what she does after that.
It's kind of interesting to note that, you know, those first 15 minutes were heavy in terms of items, and we've seen nothing since. We've spent half an hour looking and found nothing. This is This seems to be the theme of V29. Let's front load and then have you chase around a few things.
Yeah, even the bow on Zora was all in like there. It was gettable from the beginning. So none of our Dark World or dungeons have really had anything.
Yep. It's also important to note that when Zora has an item, the logic doesn't always give you money in chests. It expects you to farm money to get there regardless.
Yeah, I don't think Myriad has checked any of the flipper locations in the Light World, so after, doing Purple Chest and Hype Cave, I can definitely see her going to Pyramid, going to Catfish, mirroring, and checking the Zora area.
Yep.
Pretty good routing.
I was going to say, that is the routing I would do at this point, and it feels very strong. And the challenge with Mothula and the Hammer is trying to get that upswing, because Mothula has an awful hitbox. So does the Hammer.
Getting some good hits in there, though.
Thank goodness we have the Fairy, and nice, finishes it off.
Yeah, very nice fight. We're seeing a bunch of different kinds of boss fights. We saw Myria do the Cane Blind, and now we saw Pucci do Hammer Mothula, so really interesting boss fights we're seeing.
And Myria to be disappointed at her Hype Cave.
Ooh, we still haven't gotten a mushroom turn in. I just realized that.
If Myria's doing the walk up to Catfish, exactly.
Yeah, that's super nice.
This is probably the nicest routing you can have to go check up to Zora. I'm really happy to see this for our racers tonight, even with the lack of items right now. Ooh, we're not getting that Catfish check.
I guess she didn't check it at all, so yeah.
No, but I think she will still. She's gonna go grab the ladder out on the east side, or not. She's gonna go check Hobo.
Yeah, and there is a ladder over there, so yeah, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. It's another chest that is a weird location to check. So,
and we'll be rewarded with the ice rod, I believe.
Yes. Interestingly enough, that does damage to land molas. Yeah, at chat, I highly suspect Myria is going Hobo Pyramid Catfish Zora. It is, but it's nice to know that Ice Rod will work if you have a situation in which you need to. Ooh, no Pyramid or Catfish check.
Yeah, I'm actually... She went into the portal into the Dark World and then mirrored again, so I'm wondering what her thought process was. But it looks like she is going to go towards the Waterfall Fairy.
But we're getting our mushroom turn in from Pucci. Oh, she's doing Ice Cave.
Oh, okay, so she might swim back to that portal to get back there. Okay, this makes sense. Unfortunately, only 50 rupees for the mushroom.
It's nice to save that money there just in case you need it at a later point. Here's our Catfish check. Another bottle with the B-Torp. I'm wondering if Agina's cave has anything important in it.
Yeah, it's very true. It could easily have the flute that gives them access to that Death Mountain. which is kind of the worst because you usually wait for Flute to kind of check the whole desert area to begin with. It's a pain to get over there without the Flute.
Yep. And Catfish not paying off. So Miri is going to get her bow.
All right, where is Poochie going now?
Is he going to check Swamp with this? Myria releasing the bee to get a bee back.
Definitely value.
I like bee strats. We saw bee strats on Ganon earlier this week.
And the bee's an interesting one. Actually, I saw a clip in the Discord of someone releasing 4 bees so that it lags the screen so much that it made hovering a lot easier to do.
That's brilliant.
And Myria will be happy to see the bow from Zora. We'll see if she actually, follows that bow into either Eastern or Pod.
I think Eastern's the right call at this point.
And looks like she is making the Eastern play. You were correct.
At least a Sahasrahla check. Oh, she is going to do Eastern, clear it, and then do Sahasrahla. I like this play. Where's she going? Pod. She's
looks
going
like
Pod.
looks like Pod. She can use the mirror to check Sahasrahla and maybe check Eastern. Well, I don't know which one she's going to do first.
Meanwhile, it looks like Poochie's probably heading to Ice Palace.
This is very interesting because this is the only dungeon that they can actually full clear. I mean, I guess depending on the key layout, they might need hookshot, but they can full clear it if they know the bomb jumps.
Yep. And I'd expect both of these racers to know that bomb jump, so it's usually the first one you learn.
Yeah, so with a level 1 sword and without the hookshot, these guys are a little bit tricky to kill. But one fun fact is that you can actually use Quake on these guys and it'll kill them one hit as long as they're on the ground. If they're in the air, the Quake won't hit.
Curse you, game logic that is actually realistic sometimes.
We did get a small key out of the first chest, which means they can use that small key to check the right side without going through that hookshot room.
Yes, indeed. Well, Myria is getting key after key, which is great, because now she can pretty much loop this dungeon in one pass.
Puchie has to be a little bit careful. Yeah, a little bit careful because only 3 hearts. And if you do do the bomb jump and you fail and fall down, you do lose at least 1 heart. Another key. So far, we've only found keys.
Eastern has a lot of locked doors. There's a lot of keys. I'm curious what the sprite setup for the arrow cursor for this is. It looks about the same.
Ooh,
yep.
First try. Nice. Oh, and then taking a fall. Oh, that's not good to see.
Nice. Go B on Myria's side.
Oh, and the bee followed her into the mimic room. That was a thing. Pucci having to use that blue potion because these penguins are getting a little bit too much.
Have we found any actual items in Pod yet? I don't think so.
We found the bombs. We found like a triple bombs and a big key. That's it, other than small keys. So.
Okay, so we've got some pretty hefty treasures in the back, hopefully.
And without boots, this stairway is so annoying in Ice Palace.
Yes, indeed it is. And there's our big key in a nice spot. Where are you going, Pucci? Oh no. Pucci!
Just wanted to practice the stairs one more time.
Yeah, I would go down this way without the hook shot. And silver arrows in the fake hellway.
Our first decent item in Pod.
Our first decent item in about 45 minutes.
Very true.
It also means now they have a really strong weapon to deal with Vitreous and Helmasaur and a lot of other things. It's a really nice find, especially since they are on Fighter Sword.
We do see Pucci going straight for Argus, actually.
Cold
Not
stare.
checking. Yeah, you're right. Too many eye bosses. But yeah, skipping the right side of Pod completely. Or oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Ice Palace.
Oh, and the Fighter Sword swipe does not do any damage, so he's gonna have to hammer this when he runs out of magic. Hammer Cold Stare. Here we go, guys. And those eyes do a lot of damage still. Even on red mail.
Doing very well so far. Getting a lot of hits in quickly.
I think he has one more left on this eye. Oh, nope. I miscounted. I think he has a potion, does he not?
He used the
And there we
potion in
go.
the penguin room.
Oh, that is right. Okay. And Cold Stare is down. And there's the flute in the bridge room in Eastern.
That's the chest that Pucci skipped. Oh no.
Oh, no. I think that was all the items in Eastern. I do not blame her getting this flute, because now she's going to go check Misery.
Pucci skipped the chest in Eastern, not Pod, right? I might have.
He didn't even go to Pod. It
Yeah.
was the bridge.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, got it. I'm not thinking right now.
I think this is a really smart move on Miria's part. Go activate the flute and make her way down to Misery, see what's there. There's a few items to check. And it's almost time to stand for the national anthem, which we will not hear because we're hearing Pucci stream. Now the question is, how long is it going to take Pucci to go check that? Because he's going to do Eastern now. I think he might do a pyramid check before it, but he's going to, or not Eastern, but Pod.
So I think I was too focused on that Cold Stare fight, but Miria found the hookshot in Pod as well.
Oh!
So this, other than a sword upgrade and maybe desert being boots locked. We have all the items we
Medallion.
need. Oh, that's
We
true.
might have a medallion for
Yeah.
Meyer still. So we're in a very strong position on Miria's side to start clearing things. Although fighter sword clearing of the rest of the is not so much fun. Ooh, sword upgrade on the pyramid.
That's one of our three things we need for full go mode.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is the correct call. You can check what medallion you need for Meyer. You can check if there's anything on the torch and desert, and you can actually see what you need to complete the seed. And we do have Quake, so no ether needed. So we'll just have to see if desert is boots locked.
Yep, and we are on the race in the races. Off to the races. Wow, I am absolutely failing. And there's our entrance into desert too, on top of the mirror.
Ooh, and
Oh,
Pucci
no.
gets hit. No, Kiki, come back. So, Pucci will be getting their flute and hookshot very soon. And he has cleared Ice Palace, so we might be at a really close race right now, all things considered.
We are. I think it's way too close to call at this point, because if Pucci doesn't go back into Eastern after this with the hookshot and goes to somewhere like Swamp, he's still going to have to hunt for that flute. Oh, and we are boots locked in desert. But desert it's a crystal, so we need those boots.
So not quite go mode.
But that does mean boots still on pedestal is valid.
Yeah, at this point, boots could be pretty much anywhere. We still haven't gotten that pendant TR dipped yet.
Or a checkerboard check.
But it looks like Myria is going to make the Meyer play. Yeah, while you're here, why not? You can full clear the dungeon, and with silver arrows, the boss should not be any trouble at all.
Vitreous will fall like a sack of dead eyeballs. I'd be amused to find boots in vanilla at this point. Behind the green pendant.
Yeah, that would be that would be something. There's got to be something in its vanilla location, right?
You'd expect at least one, based on the volume of items at 216. But chat does make a really good point. I don't think we're going to see any more touching of even close to clearing of pendant dungeons once the flute's found by Pucci and the hookshot.
Yeah, Pucci actually bombing the right side of that room. I wonder if he's going to go get some safety. Oh, and there are the boots!
And we have go mode, I think.
Yeah, Myria just needs a sword. Just needs to get that sword on the pyramid. But she might gamble, you know, a sword being in GT at this point.
Well, and if that's the case, even if it's not, she checks pyramid when she comes out of GT. She has her sword.
That's also very true.
Go, go, go mode.
Wow, out of all the places that the boots could have been, that's a really great call by Myria.
Oh yeah, this has been some really solid plays on Myria's part. We still don't have my favorite item, but it's not required.
What is your favorite item?
Magic powder.
It is a great item. I'm always happy to see that.
Especially since this is a very low health run for our racers right now. We are sitting at 9 hearts.
Yeah, and even with red mail, all the traps, they always do 1 heart of damage, so the mail doesn't matter for that. So, as you saw there, getting hit by those anti-fairies do a lot of damage.
Well, not only that, getting to Ganon and being bodied means we don't have a lot of hits to survive. And if we're doing Master Sword Ganon and no cape and no half magic, it's not a nice position to be in. It's doable, but it's still gonna hurt.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if Emiria, kind of does a pseudo go mode, kind of goes quickly in the dungeons, but only checks the chests that are kind of convenient to check instead of full clearing them.
Like, I expect a few chests checked in Swamp, but not left side. She'll probably check the back end chests.
Yeah, and there's also, as Chad is pointing out, there are a lot of chests in GT. As you're checking them, you'll probably find some pieces of heart and heart containers to boost that a little bit more.
As Myria plays dodge with vitreous drippings. I think that's one of my favorite things, is vitreous is dripping down into that room below. Be careful, Myria.
I think she has a fairy, so it's not the end of the world.
No, she traded that up for a blue
potion.
potion.
Oh, did she? Oh.
I think so. Oh, there's her 10th heart.
We are seeing Poochie go into Swamp. Oh, that's...
Oh, no.
Oh, that's not something you want to see.
I know she has a second bottle, but I thought she had let the fairy go and was keeping... But she may have let the bee go. I may have misseen that. Because why wouldn't you keep the bee, right?
Everybody wants to do bee strats.
And Myria is going to just blitz through this now. I think you're right. We're going to see a couple of chest checks from her. But not the right side here. We'll see the big chest, I'd suspect, because it's so close. So now this is all on how long it takes Poochie to go back into Eastern. And that could be a while. I expect a full swamp clear at this point, and that's not pleasant.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, it's just the flute versus the sword now. We just gotta hope that Poochie doesn't get baited into Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah. That could be a game ender for Poochie if it was the case.
I'm actually very surprised that you got all the items you needed for Turtle Rock so early, but Turtle Rock was not required for the seed.
Eastern had flutes, chat. It's on the Cannonball Bridge.
Poochie is skipping left side for now, so maybe they'll just skip it altogether, but I'm not sure. They'll probably go back in for it.
Yeah.
Miria opting for Fire Rod strats on Landmo. Ooh, gets a double hit on that one with the splash damage. But the quick hops aren't really playing nice with her, but takes it down no problem. Last Fire Rod shot.
So she has Cold Stare and Swamp Palace left. Argus is going to be fun because she's probably going to use Hammer Strat, so all the menus.
I think I see her going into Swamp before Ice, just because like nobody wants to do Hammer Cold Stare. You want to at least find a Master Sword before going there, hopefully.
Yep, and she won't, as far as we know. And she's not going to check anything that Puchie hasn't. At least this will be relatively easy for Puchie with Master Sword. Fighter Sword Argus is everyone's favorite fight. I saw a Fighter Sword Trinex, but with the hammer, which is just as much fun.
I don't know what your definition of fun is, but...
It's for some definition of fun.
I see. Four quick Master Sword spins, and Argus will be going down very shortly.
You know, we might get a Pyramid Fairy chat does bring up that we do have 2 red crystals once we go with Thieves Town and Swamp, so...
So that would lead her to that Master Sword, so maybe she will check that.
That would be nice, because then there's no question about how fast she goes. Oh, Puchie's gonna go check, oh, doesn't have the book, so not checking Bombo's tablet. Is he going into Desert? Probably.
But without the book, he can't get in, so maybe this is an Agnes Cave check?
And Ledge? And just a big 20. It's 1 out of 8.
But we did see Puchie skip left side swamp, I believe, so maybe feeling a little bit behind and going for a little bit of gambles.
You know, Puchie needs to make the one move, which is go to Eastern at like yesterday at this point. Oh, sword upgrade. Myria
right,
finding it in. Oh, that is huge.
Did Puchie not check that chest?
Did not.
Oh wow, I must have completely missed that.
Oh, he skipped 2 major chests tonight. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Thankfully, he does have that sword from the pyramid, so he won't be needing a sword per se, but it's always nice to have tempered.
Yeah, Myria, if she goes and checks Pyramid, which I don't know if she does before Ganon.
Yeah,
or
I
if
think
she does it all.
With the Master Sword in hand, I don't think, I mean, I personally don't think I would have checked Pyramid Fairy.
No, exactly, but does she even take the hop over to Pyramid just to check it? I don't think so. So I think she's going to do Master Sword Ganon.
Yep, unless we get saved by GT.
Dreams Like Desert, the race I commentated on Wednesday was made and broken by that same chest. So it's surprising how many people do skip it. Miria happy to find that Master Sword, though.
All right, Poochie, where are you going now?
Turtle Rock. I think this is a Turtle Rock play.
Oh no. Or maybe a Spike Cave check?
Possibly. Based on chest density, though, it's not. Well, I guess he's thinking level 0 items. Or not 0 items, but easy access for flute that's not lantern locked. And neither of these caves is that.
Oh yeah, that is very true. We do know that the flute can't actually be up here.
But with half magic, you know, I think there's nothing I'd want as Myria at this point other than swords. And we know where one of the 2 upgrades is. We might find one in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like Poochie forgot. Oh, maybe not. Looks like he's going back to Eastern.
Come on, Poochie. And Carissa, that is actually why they upped the late start on Sunday to like the last race can only be at like 6. Because we did have a tie, I think in week 2. And it was like at 10 o'clock, and it's like we needed to get the team were going to put things in. Yeah.
We're seeing Poochie go for the right side of ice, which he did skip on his first trip. Yeah, I think at this point, I think he just forgot about that cannonball chest.
I think so. And Carissa, it was on a Sunday night. It was. I remember hearing about it. It was not pleasant.
So what I think happened in Eastern is that Poochie knows that the lamp was found in Death Mountain, so that the flute has to be not lamp locked, and just forgot about the cannonball chest. So that's why when he was going towards the vanilla big key chest, since it's a dark room, he just noped out of there because he knew the flute couldn't be in there.
Exactly. That I see exactly that logic, which is one of the advantages, but also disadvantage to sequence breaking. Sometimes it can really pay off, and sometimes you end up in these situations where you're like, well, I don't know. Nice bomb jump from Myria.
Yeah, but with that knowledge, I think that he's running out of places that aren't really lamp locked at this point. So we might maybe see him dip back into Eastern.
That's what we can hope for at this point. And because Myria bomb jumped, it doesn't even need to find that big key, so even though it's in this room, she's not going to check it. Oh, she is. I guess it's a 5-second check, why not, right?
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever wants to do Master Sword Ganon, so checking for Tempered is a very fair play.
And or hearts at this point.
That's very true. They don't even have a second line yet, and it's go mode.
Yeah, this is a not so healthy seed tonight. Oh, yay, fire shield.
We see Myriachan using Bombos on Cold Stairs to conserve magic, so I'm assuming she wants to use Fire Rod shots. Fire Rod shots do Butter Sword level damage on Cold Stairs, so all you need is 4 hits on each puff, and the splash damage can help with that. And very nice Cold Stair fight.
And it is time for that game we all love. Guess the chest for Ganon's Tower. We have... Isn't it? Like, she has all 7. Yes, she's in the mountain. So, there are 22 chests. If you are a subscriber to any of the speed gaming channels, or you have donated 250 bits, you are eligible to be entered into Internet Fame Leaderboard. So, Wadey, where do you think it's going to be tonight? My guess is going to be 5, but I think it's going to be in the 3, 4, 5, 6 chests on the right side if you go straight right.
I think I like going for chest number 10. That's my usual guess. I've never been right, so I'm probably not going to be right this time either.
I was right in a race earlier this week. It was fun. So
my dream is to get on the leaderboards one day.
Oh, Poochie's making the right move. Let's go, Poochie. Let's go.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't do that!
Oh, why do I have to say these things? Every time we think he's going there and say something, he walks away from it. Oh, we've got some elegant people guessing 22 with the tile room. And the game has been closed. He's going to do left side swamp.
Oh no.
First chest is 5 rupees. Number 2 is a small key. And Myria is going full right. Come on, Myria!
Yeah, I see more and more people make the right side gamble if there's a key on the right side. Just because it's so quick to check these 4 chests.
It really is, and it's my favorite technique. I find it just super fast. It gets a few chests right out of the way, and it doesn't leave you wondering, oh, I got to do the right side, and people don't like doing the right side, and then it bites them. So at this point, this is very much Myria's game to lose.
Alright, chest number 3, 50 rupees. Chest number 4, a single rupee. 5 bombs, and the fire shield, which will be the mirror shield for Puchie.
Now, does Myria go full right side now and come back out up towards Armos on ice? I think... Oh, no. I was expecting a run around to Armos. That is actually something you see a bit more these days.
I personally never do that because the room after that conveyor belt room that she mirrored out of is pretty much the worst room in the whole game.
Kane O'Brien's there. You can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
Chest number 7 was a big heart.
Puchie did remember that chest and got picked up the tempered sword, so got that going for him.
Chest number 8, a small key. Number 9, a single rupee. Both single rupees up here in Ganon's Tower. Number 9 is a small key. Number 10 is 10 bombs. I think it was the Sanctuary Heart.
Yeah, I think that was just 11 actually, because 6 on the right side, plus the torch and these 4.
Yes, so number 11. Thank you for correcting my count. Mathematicians can't count, by the way. $12, compass.
Having a little bit of trouble with this Maria block, but gets it. Yeah, there's so many different kind of strats you can use with these switches. You can see people use bombs, you can see people use cane or boomerang. It's a lot of options.
Yep.
Ooh, there it is.
13, right?
I believe so.
Congratulations to anyone who guessed number 13.
Yeah, congratulations to Lana Bean. You are the first person who is a sub or supporter to guess that.
Congratulations.
And again, I was not correct, and there goes my streak continues.
And dual item use strats on these Igors is absolutely the easiest way to do this room, I find.
Yeah, and in terms of safeties, I believe she has a blue potion and still a fairy, if I'm not mistaken, so...
I think so. And half magic is a really nice situation to be in right now. Going for the invulnerability strats here. And going to go get the fairy quickly. Not a bad idea. Quick healing.
Yeah, and with Master Sword, the Gauntlet's a little bit harder because the red horse heads don't actually die in one hit, so... Very smart play. Unfortunately, it looks like Puchiedarcy is a little bit stuck right at the moment.
Here's Pyramid Fairy check, though.
Right now, we need him to go to Eastern to get the flute from the Cannonball chest, so we gotta send him our good vibes.
Hopefully, nothing that can... Well, there's nothing out there that could send him on a wild goose chase that isn't to Eastern at this point. So he's not going to find the book. So I think he should be figuring this out soon.
Hopefully he remembers that he missed it in Eastern, because if he doesn't remember exactly what he skipped, it might lead to him kind of chasing all over, you know, Kakariko or something, and we do not want to see that.
Another bottle and a heart.
Meanwhile, Myria is blazing through this gauntlet with Master Sword.
Cleared it nicely, and then now into Wizard Room 2. Not a one cycle, but a very, very nice Kana Samaria strat, so... I think this is the Turtle Rock dip.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh... But he should know that the flute can't be there because he'd need the lantern to get up here.
My guess is that he knows that, but maybe thinks that he messed up his thinking in the logic and doesn't think that he missed anything. So
I think that's what's happened. And, ooh, there's our last sword progression. Miria now having tempered is just absolutely over the moon. I can tell you just by the situation.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I've seen so many runs where there's a sword or silvers or something in these last couple chests, and it can make the difference in a race.
And I do not blame Miria not checking that chest. There's no reason to check anything else at this point. She has tempered and silver arrows and red mail. Bacon on bacon. Oh, hookshot cave. Haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, because hookshot was technically the go mode other than the sword.
Yep. Ooh, there's powder.
All right, Miria coming up on Aga 2.
Geometry Wars. Ooh, nice setup.
Oh, but the blue ball.
Another decent setup. Good double.
Oh, that one was so close, yeah.
Just needs one more. Oh, wow.
That would have been a great setup for a triple, but unfortunately only one hit
Way
left.
too late in the patterns. I think we'll see Miria run down the pyramid to grab the fairy out of the tree and possibly see the sword.
That would be amazing if that happened.
Because going in with 4.5 hearts, I think she might play a safety on this. Or not. She's going Kana Burna strats.
With probably with tempered and with like a potion and a fairy, feels comfortable with the health that she's in.
Yeah, and Kana Burna is going to make it pretty safe. So, ooh, nice setup to get into bats.
And we're getting some lag Ganon strats with the Kana Burna. Should be enough hits.
Yep, just making sure and giving Ganon his what's worth. Not going for the first quick hit.
Ooh, that was very close to the fire bat. Good setup for a double.
Nice. Ho, 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 that was close. And our fourth shot into the pig. Now we wait for Miria to walk through that door, and we'll get her time at that point. Let's get GG's in chat for Miria at that point. And it looks like we've got Poochie has forfeited upon seeing that. So let's get GG's for both racers, guys.
Yeah, that was a great race. Unfortunate that Poochie missed that one chest in Eastern for the flute. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty close race, I think.
Yep. So let's see if we can get both of those racers in. GG, Myria.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on that seed?
Oh my god, I thought I had lost the race when I messed up in Skull Woods and forgot that I didn't have a sword, but then I just got extremely lucky. Like, all the gambles I did paid off. One by one, just boom, boom, boom. They all went the way I needed them to.
So one of the things we found on Poochie's side was there was a sword upgrade on Pyramid, and we were like, if you go through everything, don't find a sword, do you end up checking there or big fat fairy to find the sword you need? But you found 2 sword upgrades on your progress, which was fantastic.
Yeah, I was amazed. Like, I had a big decision. Did I want to go do Upper Tower and everything with only the Master Sword and all that? Also, I went into Mire without the boots, and I knew I needed the boots at that point. Everything just went my way, I think.
Yeah, so Poochie made an unfortunate miss, and that was not grabbing the cannonball ledge when he was in Eastern the first time, which had the flute.
Oh, yeah.
And he's checked everywhere. We had a turtle rock dive. Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Yeah, and up until that point, yeah, it was pretty close between you guys, but he actually dipped into Eastern before you did, but it was unfortunate that he missed that chest.
All right, what's up?
Hey, Poochie. GG.
GG, dude.
So,
GG, everyone.
You just found what you made your mistake on.
What happened? How did I miss it? Like, did I come up here and just not open it?
Yeah, you walked right past it, and then when you saw 2 items, we think you said to yourself, okay, it can't be back here because it would be darkroom locked,
Yeah.
and therefore I am not going to check anymore.
Yeah.
And you tried to come back here like 3 times, and we're like, oh, he's going to make the play, gonna make the play. No!
But wait, did I just literally never come up here, or did I just?
You just went straight past the cannonballs into the next room.
That's so weird. That's so autopilot. Unbelievable. No, that's just autopilot. I didn't do it. I could have sworn I had, so I spent the whole game looking for the ocarina. Yeah.
Because it looked like you knew that the flute couldn't be in Lamplock's places because a lamp was on Death Mountain.
I knew that, and I got really lucky with the hook shot and pod by chance. So I was like, cool, just the ocarina. That's like my mission in life, and couldn't find it. So, whatever.
Oh,
it's unfortunate.
Myriachan. So, I don't know what to say about that. Made a mistake.
It happens to the best of us, so, and you guys were really neck and neck up until that point, so it was a very close race, and it was just unfortunate to see.
And it wasn't close as in you guys were like doing the exact same things. It was close that in terms of kind of like what you guys have checked, because you guys diverged really quickly from the start, because the Dark World, like the entire world, kind of opened up to you guys right from the beginning, and you guys were kind of checking different places, but you were kind of keeping up with each other in crystal counts. So it's a shame that that one chest made the difference.
I feel like, so regarding the luckiness, like, I didn't complete Dark Palace. As soon as I got the hookshot, even before I got the big chest, I was out of there, and then I went to Eastern Palace, and then got the ocarina, and then I was out of there. And I just happened to stumble upon the boots in Misery Mire to finish Desert. So, well, yeah. And I just felt like, I don't know, all my gambles paid off, and that was one big, huge reason it was so far.
Yeah, we were talking about how once we saw that the desert was boots locked, that Boost literally could have been anywhere, but that Meyer dip paying off hugely because you were in the region, so why not?
Yeah, I thought I had, like, when I saw that big key on the torch, I was like, oh great, well now I gotta go back to these places that I've been skipping this whole time, or leaving early or whatever.
Yeah,
So, so do you guys have any other comments on kind of the tournament or this seed tonight?
A
I'm
great
sorry, what?
tournament so far.
Yeah, just Poochie, did you have any other comments feeling going into next round being now 2 and 3? How do you feel about that? And what are you looking
I
for?
mean, I just want to have fun racing people. So I'm excited to play another round and get this one chest.
Well, that's the exact same thing I'd say too.
It's been fantastic, and with so few people dropping out, it's been really nice to see substantially large amounts of matches. So it's great. Glad you guys are having fun. Do you have any other last words, Wadey, or any questions?
No, but yeah, you guys definitely should watch the VOD because it was a really interesting kind of back and forth between you guys for the majority of the race. So, but yeah, you guys both put on a good show.
Yeah, for everyone who's watching, let's give a follow to these racers. They put on a fantastic show tonight. Good racing, good games. Thanks to Carissa and the restream that's going on and the tracking. And thank you to my co-commentator, Weighty Words here. And honestly, everyone who's helped put this together. It's been fantastic. And thank you so much for everything everyone's done for this.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
And with that, Wadey, I'll let you take the last words and we'll make our way out of here.
Yeah, so this isn't the last race of the night. There are a few more. You guys can check the schedule under the stream. There's a lot more rando. This is only week 5. There are a couple more weeks of Swiss, and after that we have brackets. So there's a lot more rando coming your way. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I believe congratulations, Miria, and GG's to puchiedarcy. I hope to see your guys' races in the future.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, and have a fantastic Friday evening.
See you later, everybody.